Welcome to RISKSA TV. Short-term insurer Genric and the Land Bank Insurance Company have struck up a co-insurance partnership deal. Here in the studio to discuss this with us, we have MD of Land Bank Insurance, Mpumi Tikwe, and Msia du Toit, CEO of Genric. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Thank you, Kristen.
Firstly, Msia, Genric, not a newcomer to the Agri market. What is new about this partnership, and basically, briefly, what are you offering with this partnership?
Yeah, Christy, thank you. When we start a new line of business, we would typically source the expertise particular to that industry. And some 2 years ago, we decided that we would enter the agricultural market, and we sourced the appropriate expertise. We have Dion van Schoor and Anton Venter, who's had combined 20 years of agricultural underwriting experience, and with that comes a whole broker network of brokers and consultants in the agri space. Hence, we've sourced these expertise and approached the land bank to further this product offering of ours.
Can you give us a little bit more detail on exactly what a co-insurance partnership means for those of us who don't know?
Well, simply put, co-insurance is where you get two or more insurance companies coming together to provide an insurance solution to a particular niche market or clients. So what is happening with this specific transaction is that we will offer, Genric and Land Bank Insurance Company will co-insure the clients, which effectively means that we will take a portion of the risk. Currently, we envisage that Land Bank Insurance Company will take 70% of the risk, whilst Genric will take 30% of the risk.
Okay, and what are the benefits for the land bank of this deal, and obviously the benefits for Genric?
Well, when I was approached by Genric some 12 months ago to structure this sort of partnership, we at the Land Bank had already made a strategic decision that we're going to form a partnership with people who will complement what we have in our offering. There was an expertise in the underwriting management agency that they already have in place. And secondly, what struck me about Genric was the fact that it is a specialist insurer, so it focuses on specific niches. There was the same hunger to grow the business, but in a sustainable manner. So I felt that there was a lot that we can do combined than the land bank going on its own into the market.
Absolutely. And how are you going to distribute this product?
It's going to run through the broker network and consultants of Genric that already exists, and these will also assist in the education and training of the emerging farmer in order to ensure that the emerging farmer understands the need for insurance, because we all know what the devastating consequences are in the instance where you need insurance and you haven't bought it.
You're touching on it now. Obviously, it's a big issue, transformation in the sector. What is different about this project for those emerging farmers? How's this going to be better for them?
I think really, if you look at your typical emerging farmer, there is a misunderstanding that they get low loans or they are small-scale farmers, whereas the majority of them are not. On average, they have loan exposures of between 3 and 4 million rands. So they do need specialist advice. And the second part is that they don't just need advice about insurance, they also need advice about practicing good agriculture. As you know, insurance products don't cover bad management, bad risk management, and so on. So what we are coming into the market with our chosen brokers is that they will offer one specialist advice around agricultural risk. Those brokers will understand agriculture and be able to tell the customer the do's and don'ts. We don't want to be in a situation where a client has a claim and we do not pay the claim. We want to be always there for them when they need us. And good advice from a good broker is a key component of that.
kind of like making them a risk coach almost for...
Exactly.
Okay, this product is looking specifically at agri assets. Why the focus there, Msia?
Well, obviously, that is our niche, as Pumi has indicated earlier. That's the niche that we have identified in the agricultural space, and then obviously the land bank are obviously focused on that industry.
Yes, as a land bank, the only thing we can do is agriculture. But by agriculture, we mean in the totality of its value chain, from the person who sells the inputs to the farmers or to the producers, whether it be fertilizer, seeds, grain, whatever you supply to the producers, which are mainly farmers. We cover farmers as well. There are logistics as well, companies that are involved in that value chain, which move food from the farm to the food processors or to the mills and so on. And we also cover the mills. The only thing that in terms of our legislation we're not allowed to cover are the retailers. But anything in that agricultural value chain, we need to insure. So we are going to be a specialist-focused company only in agriculture.
Okay. It's a tough market some of the time. When things are good, it's great, but when there's trouble, as we know, we hear about catastrophes, weathers like hail and drought and infrastructure issues. It's a tough market. Is this the best time for this deal now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we understand that natural disasters are in the escalating. We recently had the earthquake in Gauteng, and definitely had an impact on our agricultural business specifically. But that's why insurance are there. That's why one have insurance, and we shouldn't be walking away from it. As long as we have an experienced underwriting team, as we have, we are confident that we can do this very successfully.
It certainly sounds like it's much needed. Yeah.
There is no better time. And also, you know, Christy, you spoke about transformation. If we want to transform, there is definitely a need for insurance as well. So that market specifically needs it even more. And I think a partnership like this one, which is very focused, which is really going to try and understand the risk associated with agriculture, would be in a better position to offer the clients the right solutions.
Absolutely. Is there generally a low penetration among this emerging sector?
In the emerging sector, definitely extremely low or low penetrations. And it's, in fact, the tragedy as well is that it's not a market that's well serviced by brokers. And as you know, in the commercial segment of our insurance market, the broker's role is critical. So we're going to be training brokers so that they can be able to access this market as well. So for the broking community, it's additional revenue streams as well. Okay. Because we want our clients to get that advice.
Okay, so there's definitely a gap in the market for this.
100%.
100%.
Okay, Mpumi, from the land bank insurance side, what were the biggest concerns for you when going into striking up this partnership, and how do you deal with those? What due diligence do you do? What do you have to ensure?
Look, we're fortunate in that you know, our regulatory environment is quite stringent, and I mean, MC has already passed the test of the Financial Services Board. So I think one had less concerns insofar as that regard is concerned. But I guess partnerships like marriages as well, you would like to see that, you know, when you start something now, that you're going to be in it for the long haul. They're not going to be nasty divorces or separations as we move on. I think for me, it's the fact that it's a shared vision, a shared understanding of what needs to happen, and a Genric and Land Bank Insurance Company, including the UMA African Rand, combined, we should be able to go forward for quite a while together.
Certainly hope so. MCA, I'm a broker interested in this product. What now? How do I find out more about it?
Yeah, absolutely. The easiest way would be on our website to contact www.genric.co.za, but also on the land bank, Mpumi.
Yes, on the land bank also, we've got the details on our website as well. And furthermore, the plan is that, as MC had already indicated, they've got broker consultants. We also have got broker consultants. So we're going to be merging the two to be able to deal with brokers. The land bank has got about 25 branches across the country, and the brokers in those specific areas should be able to get information from our broker consultants in that branch infrastructure. But really the first port of call is the website. The second one, you can call any of the two companies. We're fortunate now with the internet, you just Google and you'll get the information and so on.
Absolutely, and I suppose the farmers are also quite up to speed with all the technology. And
yes, I mean the only challenge though is is broadband in those rural areas. It does tend to be quite slow, but farming is not as it used to be. It's become very sophisticated and very scientific, and most of them they have access to the internet, so definitely no problem at all.
Yeah, and otherwise the brokers will reach them for
Okay.
sure. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you to your viewers as well.
For RISKSA TV, I'm Christy van der Merwe.